getting some type of error. If you want, we can just record it. It just won't be going out live.
Okay. Thanks, Ron.
Yep.
Okay, good evening, everyone. We're going to call the council meeting for Wednesday, October 15th, 2025 to order. We're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and we're going to observe a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Sabosley, if you do roll call, please.
Yep, we'll start with our junior councilman, Jacob Landis. Here. Councilman Dern.
Here.
Councilman Majernik.
Here.
Councilman Purcell.
Here.
Councilwoman Rossler.
Here.
She is remote and she is responding as here. Councilman Schlock.
Here.
Councilman Seitz.
Here.
Councilman Taylor.
Here.
Mayor Schlegel.
Here.
We do have a quorum.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report for the month of September.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion on the floor presented by Mr. Taylor. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Schlock. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries. Motion to approve the expenses for the month of September.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion on the floor presented by Mr. Taylor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Majernik. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries. Motion to approve the minutes of the September council meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Majernik. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Schlock. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries. Oh, I forgot she's on the phone. Okay, recognition of achievements in the community.
I have none at this point. Don't have it.
Excuse me?
I don't have it.
Okay, president's
I can make
comments.
some up.
No, that's fine. Yeah. So we're going to go to citizens' comments, agenda items. Or no, civic announcement. You're going to do that now.
Is
You
that
got to
right?
run. Yeah.
No, I
yeah, you
appreciate
got to
it.
run.
Yeah, now, Brian Maloney, Director of Operations, Plum EMS. I appreciate coming a little early. I got my boy playing soccer tonight over in Hempfield, so I got a little road trip here. But for the month of September, we had a good month. Did a total of 283 responses, transported a total of 159 patients. We responded to neighboring communities 17 times throughout the month. 15 of those resulted in a transport to the hospital. We ended up needing mutual aid in the Plum 16 times throughout the month. And so out of all the EMS that was needed in Plum throughout the month, we handled 94.1% of these incidences.
Open your phone and select the speaker. Just place your finger on the camera and you can monitor your body as well as your phone.
No judgment passed. I completely understand, but I'll certainly keep going. But along with running emergency calls, we actually had a very busy month. We ended up conducting our annual car seat safety clinic, in which we had 20 car seats inspected, gave away 3 car seats and 1 free crib to a family in need. So that went over very, very well. We ended up still doing an inspection of an additional 4 car seats throughout the month. And we ended up doing CPR trainings 3 times throughout the month. One of them was for the Plum Community Library, which what a great group of people those are. Had a lot of fun, great energy there. We ended up doing EMS coverage at the Plum Fall Fest, and I think the person who covered it, Tanya, had more fun than anybody else. I got a lot of great feedback from her, so that was a lot of fun there. And actually, I got invited back in September to speak at a conference talking about our child safety program that we host here in Plum. And they were just so impressed on what we do here in Plum because they heard about it through a webinar I did with Cribs for Kids. And so it was an incredible experience. I got to talk about everything and how the partnership makes this program work. So I was very proud to be a part of that and brag about what happens here in Plum Boro down in St. Augustine, Florida. That was a sacrifice, by the way, but very cool. I also did a presentation on that whole experience about getting hit, by a car while I was on my bike, and kind of the pathway that my life took after that. So it was a good experience. Last night we ended up holding our annual flu vaccine clinic in the banquet room. Ended up doing 25 vaccinations. And so with that, the car seat clinic and a lot of other stuff, it takes a lot of people to help make this stuff happen, and especially getting the word out. I know the borough went above and beyond, posting it on social media, Savvy Citizen, the fire departments did it. The car seat clinic, by the way, I can't thank the DPW enough. They had that garage immaculate. We had kids playing on the floor in that garage, and they were not dirty. So that was a good experience. So lastly, one of the big things that we had last month, we ended up having a MCI, a mass casualty incident on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. 2 school buses collided. It was kind of rear end thing, but we had a total of 35 patients. 8 of them got transported to the hospital, and we had to assess 27 other kids. And so we initiated the county MCI plan. We had people from the city of Pittsburgh to New Kent to Murraysville. I mean, it came perfectly together. The thing that I loved the most is that I was actually sitting down in the airport in Jacksonville, Florida, when I found out about this. And I once was never concerned about it not being handled. The superintendent of the North Allegheny School District called me to thank me how well the EMS worked and the care and compassion for those students. The 911 dispatcher who was handling everything called me to compliment the crew. And 2 of these crew members were also at the Rustic Ridge House explosion events like this. So I can't give enough credit for what they did that night and stepping up and going above and beyond. So questions, comments, a little story to make me smile? Awesome.
I have a joke for you.
All right.
Why are EMTs so good at trivia?
Why are the EMTs?
So good at trivia.
I can't even guess it.
They're always the first to respond.
You made me smile. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, good luck tonight with the soccer game. Okay, Pam?
Good evening, everyone. Pam Calfo, the Plum Library. As Brian mentioned, Brian did CPR certification for library staff on Monday. We also went over AED training, so thank you to Plum EMS. I also want to thank Unity Fire Department for coming to the library during Fire Safety Week and giving out free hats. I know it's a very, very busy week for them, but it was a great program at the library. In September at the library, we usually see a little dip because everyone's getting back to school, getting back in the swing of things. This September, we did not dip. We checked out 1,000 more items this September than last September. So our pace and support continues to grow, and we had a very, very, very successful Love Your Library Month campaign. You still see the signs out, so thank you to everyone that contributed. We raised over $20,000 for the library, and all of that is eligible to be matched from the Jack Buncher Foundation. So thank you to everyone who supported, whether, just checking things out as a big support, coming to the library programs, but also donating, or coming to one of our book sales, buying candy. We sell Sarah's candy all the time. All that really helps and makes a difference. So thank you to everyone.
Any other civic announcements? Okay, citizens' comments on agenda items. Okay, we're going to move into council actions. First up, Mr. Majernik, Planning and Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of the Planning and Economic Development Committee, I move to approve a motion to adopt Resolution 1050-25 for the Plum Boro School District, O'Block Elementary Additions Waiver Request, waiving sections 723.L.1 and 724.D.1 through 6 of the Subdivision and Land Division Ordinance, conditioned upon the final review and approval by the borough engineer.
Okay, motion on the floor presented by Mr. Majernik. Do I have a second? Second, Mr. Schlock. Do I have any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
On behalf of the Planning and Economic Development Committee, I move to approve a motion to adopt Resolution 1051-25 as required by the Department of Environmental Protection's Sewage Facilities Act for the Oak Street Pass Cours Residence Lot in Block 1100-C-296.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Majernik. Do I have a second? Second. A second by Mr. Purcell. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
On behalf of the Planning and Economic Development Committee, I move to approve a motion to adopt Resolution 1052-25 as required by the Department of Environmental Protection's Sewage Facilities Act for the Aber-Scott Sewage Subdivision Plan FSC-06-25.
Motion on the floor by Mr. Majernik. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Seitz. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
On behalf of the Planning and Economic Development Committee, I move to accept the chair lot line revision FSC-08-25 application as complete.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Majernik. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Taylor. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
On behalf of the Planning and Economic Development Committee, I move to approve the conveyance of a half acre of land to the Plum Boro Municipal Authority conditioned upon the borough engineer and solicitor satisfying the legal requirements for such a transaction.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Majernik. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Purcell. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's the end of my...
Thank you, sir. Mr. Seitz, Personnel Management.
Thank you, Mr. Dern. On behalf of the Personnel Management Committee, I move to adopt an MOU with the Police Wage and Policy Committee for the implementation of 12-hour shifts effective January 4th, 2026, contingent upon the final review of the Borough Solicitor.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Seitz. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Schlock. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Also, on behalf of the Personnel and Management Committee, I move to adopt an MOU with the FBI for work with the Joint Terrorism Task Force.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Seitz. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Majernik. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Was that a no? Ms. Rossler, was that a no?
No, that was an aye. Yes.
It was a yes? Okay. Okay. Motion carries.
On behalf of the Personnel Management Committee, I move to make a conditional offer of employment to James Held for a skilled laborer position in the Public Works Department effective November 3rd, 2025.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Seitz. Do I have a second?
I'll second. Second.
Second by Mr. Taylor. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I move to make a conditional offer of employment to Anastasia Landman for a skilled laborer position in the Public Works Department effective November 3rd, 2025.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Seitz. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Schlock. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I also move to make a conditional offer of employment to David Eppinger for a skilled labor position in the Public Works Department effective November 3rd, 2025.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Seitz. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Majernik. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Stern, I'd like to point out that Mr. Held, Ms. Landman, and Mr. Eppinger, I think, are all in attendance tonight. And so we welcome you all aboard and look forward to having you working for the borough.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Thank you
Welcome
for
aboard.
coming.
Thank you. Okay, on behalf of Public Safety, since Ms. Rossler is tuned in through phone, Mr. Purcell is going to read her motions.
Thank you, Mr. Dern. On behalf of the Public Safety Committee, I move to approve payment to Glick Fire Company in the amount of $1,950 for preventative maintenance repairs for volunteer fire department vehicles.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Purcell. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Taylor. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I move to, on behalf of the Public Safety Committee, I move to approve payment to Glick Fire Company, Penn Power Group, and Murray Automotive Electric in the amount of $7,339.14 for repairs to volunteer fire department vehicles.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Purcell. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Seitz. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Mr. Taylor, Parks and Recreation, please.
Thank you. On behalf of the Parks and Recreation Committee, I move to approve an application from the Plum Soccer Association for an improvement to the borough-owned facility.
A motion on the floor presented by Mr. Taylor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Purcell. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Mr. Schlock, you don't have anything for finance, and we come back to Mr. Purcell for roads, equipment, and grants.
Yes, sir. Thank you again, Mr. Dern. On behalf of Roads, Equipment, and Grounds Committee, I move to approve resolution number 1053-25, authorizing the submission of a grant application to the local share assessment grant program in the amount of $1 million for the repairs related to the Drennan Road Restoration Program.
A motion on the floor presented by Mr. Purcell. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Majernik. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
On behalf of the Roads, Equipment, and Grounds Committee, I move to authorize the advertisement requesting bids for the Kellywood Stormwater Improvement Plan project.
Motion on the floor presented by Mr. Purcell. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Seitz. Any discussion?
One question. Is this the one where the pipe was like 40 feet deep?
Yes.
Just one.
Good. Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And on behalf of the Roads, Equipment, and Grounds Committee, I move to approve a winter services maintenance agreement with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for a period of 5 years with 5 additional option years.
A motion on the floor presented by Mr. Purcell. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Schlock. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. That concludes council actions, and we move to Mr. Mayor for your report.
Thank you. Our officers responded to 806 calls last month, in the month of September, and that's relatively like a 5.5% decrease from the previous month. And the chief has asked me to do a public service reminder. The police department will be participating in the DEA National Drug Take Back Day on Saturday, October 25th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the police department lobby. A uniform officer will be present to accept any drugs being turned in that are unused or expired. And no liquids such as cough medicine will be accepted. However, injectables, and I assume that's like syringes, so on, and will not be accepted during this event. And now, we come to the end of having my toy out there, the ATS radar. I'm always amazed at the number of traffic. It was on New Texas Road. 3,085 vehicles passed that in a 20-day period. The highest speed, 62 miles per hour. Again, it was moved to Golden Mile Highway. Some asked did 96 mile an hour. and there was 5,532 vehicles. And finally, on New Texas southbound, 74 mile an hour. Come on, people, slow this thing down. It's not going to do you any good. You're going to get there any faster, and one of these days, there'll be an officer there. And I don't know if anybody got caught up in it as I did. On September 21st, the Grand Fondo, New York bicycle race occurred within Plum limits. In normal jurisdictions. We had, anyway, there was a hell of a lot of bikes out there. And now my favorite thing, which I never get invited to, Chief.
You have an open invitation.
Yeah. Yeah. On September, this is thoughtful citizens. On September 17th, Justin Sepp of Axe and Sled Supplements delivered a pallet of energy drinks and a box of t-shirts for our officers in appreciation of their service to the Plum community. On September 19th, Valor Technical Cleaning delivered a cookie tray. And on September 20th, Janet Dovlevic provided personalized gift bags for each officer and a large assortment of snacks. Janet is part of the National Thank a Police Officer Day in Allegheny Kiski Valley team, and that's always appreciated. Has recognized our officers for many years, and included in the personalized gift bags were notepads, pens, gum, candy, chapstick, and numerous handwritten cards from children in Plum and the surrounding municipalities. And finally, again, on September 22nd, Michael Cerniglia of Michael's Painting delivered a large assortment of Oakmont Bakery donuts, pastries, and cookies in recognition of our officers' continued service to our community. And that is all I have at this point, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So the committee reports, we did have an intergovernmental cooperative meeting with the school district, and not much is going on right now, but it was discussed that everyone's pretty happy with the relationship that we have right now between the borough and the school district and the police department with the school police department. So everything's going very smoothly up there. Takes us to Personnel Committee with Mr. Seitz.
Thanks, Mr. Dern. So the Personnel Committee report, the borough staff conducted a lunch and learn on recycling. The borough also completed 3 new hires in the Public Works Department. And finally, the borough is still taking applications for a mechanic. The current job site, the current job listing can be found on the borough's website under the Employment tab. And that's my report.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Schlock with Finance.
Thanks, Mr. President. General fund highlights for the month of September 2025. The borough recognized revenues totaling $5,095,012 and incurred expenditures in the amount of $1,379,299. Revenues. To date, we have received approximately $5,639,000 under current year real estate tax revenues, and this represents 89% of the adopted budget. During the month of September, the borough received $457,000 under earned income tax, and we are currently at 78% of the budget. A total of $653,236 was received against the state pension fund line, and it will end the year at 112% of the budget. Overall, revenues are trending near budget. Expenses. Through the month of September, the borough has expended 70% of the budget, or $11.69 million. From a departmental standpoint, we have no current budget overruns. The finance director and borough manager met with department heads to review their 2026 budget submissions and actually met with the finance committee last night. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Purcell, Roads, Equipment, and Grants.
Thank you, Mr. Dern. There was a total of 18 tons of asphalt used for infrastructure repairs in September at a cost of $1,427. There was also a total of 75 tons of asphalt used for road repairs in September at a cost of $5,937. Tree trimming in the following areas was ongoing throughout the month. It would be Barking Road, Clements Road, Elliker Road, Francis Road, Logan's Ferry Road, Roberts Road, alleys in Renton, and also the alleys in Unity. The leaves at the compost site located at 4575 New Texas Road were turned on September 9th. The Department of Environmental Protection requires that this be done every month. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Purcell. I do not believe Ms. Rossler has a report tonight. Takes us to Mr. Majernik with the Planning and Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. Dern. The Planning and Economic Development report. In September, 59 residential and apartment occupancy inspections were completed. 32 violations like debris, high weeds, abandoned vehicles, and occupancy concerns were addressed and inspected. 6 violation letters and 3 citations were issued. Signs removals occurred on September 4th and 18th. The Zoning Hearing Board met in September and approved 3 variance requests for the properties of 643 Blue Ridge Road, 271 Olivia Drive, and 9807 Salzburg Road. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Majernik. Mr. Taylor, Parks and Rec.
Thank you, Mr. President. The weekly playground inspections were completed throughout the borough's parks. The mowing and grass maintenance for the parks and fielded areas continued throughout the month of September, and the bathrooms were cleaned, serviced, and stocked on an ongoing rotation. Borough HAPS, prior events, Monday Market. The Monday Market ran from June through September at our new location, Plum Creek Presbyterian Church. The market grew with vendor participation and shoppers. The new location was well received by vendors with a noticeable increase in business. Fall Fest, Saturday, September 27th, beautiful day. Our pumpkin patch served 637 children along with assorted games and crafts. Music was provided by the band Together Pittsburgh, which empowered autistic adults to share their talent. We had pony rides and local vendors sold their crafts. Our first concert was held at the amphitheater on October 2nd. That featured a live acoustic band performance where residents enjoyed the fire pits, beverages, food, and a good time. Upcoming events, Trunk or Treat. The library event is being hosted here at the Plum Boro Municipal Building on Wednesday, October 22nd from 5:30 to 7 p.m. in the parking lot. As a reminder, Halloween will be Friday, October 31st from 6 to 8. 2025 Pull for the House campaign. The campaign continues, and we encourage everyone to save those pull tabs for the Ronald McDonald House. We hope to exceed over our 2024 collection. And one last thing on here, room rentals for September 2025. We collected $4,085 for rentals during the month of September. And one last thing, today I got a call to go up to our Plum Senior Center. They have, every month they have birthday cake and lunch for everybody at the end of the month. So today was October, and they invited me up, and Congresswoman Summer Lee and our county executive was up there. I just want to make sure everybody knows that they called our people because they love our senior center and said that we have one of the most busiest senior centers, and they wanted to come out and get a feel for like things that maybe we might need down the future. And just thought that was a great day, and it was nice to see that they're coming out and caring about us. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. The engineer's report, Mr. Prokopik.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll just touch on a few projects. The O-Block Pond project, 3D Mirror, the contractor has officially began construction this past week with clearing and grading operations now underway. Per the contract requirements, the project must be completed by December 30th and work is proceeding on schedule. The Drennan Road Culvert Replacement Project, KU Resources completed the grant exhibit plan and cost estimates during the month of October for submission of the LSA grant application. The Kellywood Stormwater Project, that's the 42 feet deep pipe. Inside Pipe will conduct a camera inspection of the existing 36-inch storm sewer tomorrow. Yeah, this is as reported at last week's meeting, and this camera is an important step in the design. We also did a Hardy Park storm sewer work on phase 5. It's from Tahoe Drive to Timothy Drive. Where preliminary investigation has begun to evaluate an existing 36-inch corrugated metal pipe following the development of a sinkhole near the intersection of Timothy Drive and Marin Court. Plum Public Works has temporarily stabilized the sinkhole area, and KU Resources currently conducting a survey of the existing system to perform a more thorough assessment and determine the appropriate course of action. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Prokopik. And our junior council report, Mr. Landis, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. So in terms of sports at the high school, our football season is ending. We have 2 more games left. On Friday, we play against Kiski. Last night, the girls varsity, I believe, soccer team won against Greensburg. They were 6-0, and the JV team also won. They were 9-0. Tomorrow, girls wrestling starts with open mats from 3 to 4 after school. And on Monday, November 3rd at 7 p.m., the Powder Puff is held at our school. And in terms of ROTC, we are starting and are finishing up stuff for our Veterans Day ceremony that we do. We have a lot of new stuff on there that we're really excited about, and we think everyone's really going to enjoy. And the ROTC boosters would like to see if we could have a booth at the Christmas festival where we want to sell 50-50 tickets, ornaments, and play games. And that's all I have on my report.
Thank you, Mr. Landis. Very good report. Moves us to citizen comments on non-agenda items. Does anybody have anything they wish to address us with? No? Okay. I need an adjournment.
I move to adjourn.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor by Mr. Majernik and a second by Mr. Taylor. All those in favor? Motion carries. We are adjourned.